What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all doing well today, and man, oh man, do we have a newscast today. Nintendo has come out swinging. We have so much to talk about. I can't wait to get into it today. Wherever you may be, chat, welcome to the premiere. If you're watching this live as the newscast premieres, welcome in. I hope you are all doing well. I first want to start out by addressing a big elephant in the room. I was not a big believer in the Switch 2 leaks, and I have a reason for that, and that is mainly because I was burned by the Switch OLED rumors, and that was when we all thought it was the Switch Pro. I bought into all of that, and when it turned out to not be the Switch Pro and it was just the Switch OLED, I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna look into leaks anymore because that was ridiculous. I wasted a lot of my time. There was really no point in that, so I was cautiously optimistic that maybe these might be real, but I just didn't report on any of them just because I didn't want to get a bunch of other people's hopes up in case it turned out to be false. But I will give credit where credit is due. The leakers, all of you guys who knew about this and called the date and called everything, you guys were right. I was wrong. Good job. Props to all of you. Not only was the Switch 2 confirmed real, but we have a confirmation that a brand new Mario Kart is in development, and that alone is going to get a lot of people excited just because Mario Kart 8 is over a decade old now, which is insane. People have been clamoring for a new Mario Kart for a long time, and if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is any indication, Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart X, whatever this is going to be called, is going to sell the Switch 2 like hotcakes for sure. But along with this trailer, we got the confirmation that we are getting an April Nintendo Direct focused entirely on the Nintendo Switch 2. And I think with this Nintendo Direct, we're going to get price, launch date, expansions, more into a deep dive. Because it's something that a lot of people have pointed out with this reveal trailer, is that it felt like Nintendo saying, okay, we know that you know about this. Now, shut up. Leave us alone. That is the vibe I got from this trailer. Especially after watching it a few more times, it was basically, yes, the system exists, more information is coming down the line. Here you go. We know that you know. Now, shut up and leave us alone and let us be.
Go away.
And I'll be quite honest, I can't really blame them because, they had to say something because the leaks were getting out of control. We had that leak at CES 2025 where they basically showed off that exact model that was in the trailer. And Nintendo had to say something. They had to. And so how did they do that? They put out a trailer that basically showed the hardware, confirmed it, teased 10 seconds of a new Mario Kart, and said more information is coming soon. That's what they did. This is just my personal theory, my personal speculation, nothing else. I think that this announcement was actually supposed to come out a bit later, because if you notice, the Nintendo Direct that they have teased at the very end is not coming out tomorrow or next week. We still have another 2 months to wait before we see this Nintendo Direct. Usually when Nintendo says something about a Nintendo Direct or something that's coming down the line, it's usually coming within the next 24 to 48 hours. This is 2 months in advance. The fact that we still have a ways to go before we even see more about this just kind of goes to show that, yeah, Nintendo made this announcement just to get people off their backs. So because Nintendo has announced a Nintendo Direct in April, that begs the question, will we get a Nintendo Direct in February? Because the Direct in April has already been confirmed to be entirely Switch 2 focused, and we still have some games that are left on the base Switch that Nintendo needs to elaborate on. Pokemon Legends Z through A, Metroid Prime 4. I'm sure there's some third-party companies who want to push their games one more time for the base Switch before they make that complete transition over to Switch 2. And you could argue that Nintendo could just do separate trailers like they have been, like for Donkey Kong, like they did for Xenoblade. They could do another Metroid Prime 4 trailer by itself. They could do a Pokemon Legends Z through A trailer by itself. But I would think they would want to put those more in a Nintendo Direct just to be able to elaborate more on what we've seen and just to break it. Because Metroid Prime 4 is going to get a huge deep dive. I really do believe that. Like later on down the road, the closer we get to its release, there's going to be a big deep dive on all the new mechanics and everything about this game. That's coming down the road. Same for Pokemon Legends. They're not just going to resort to just Twitter drops for those games. I don't believe that. So we could get a February Direct, could be a partner showcase. They may save Pokemon Legends Z through A for a possible Pokemon Presents later down the road. There's also that. But I do think that we might get some sort of update on the last of the OG Switch titles before Nintendo focuses entirely on Switch 2 come April.
One last time.
But as of right now, guys, the Nintendo Switch lineup this year is already starting to look amazing. We have Mario Kart 9 or X, whatever they're gonna call it, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon Legends Z through A, and that's just the first 3 games that we know about. This is before the Switch 2 event, this is before all of it, and this is what we know so far. That is amazing. Now, the fact that we aren't getting more information until April tells me that the release date is probably going to be in the summertime. I'm thinking either late May or early June. That seems like the perfect launch window, mainly because that'll be right when kids are getting out of school for the summer. You know, what better time to push a console release than the summertime? And not only that, but the summertime is also when Summer Games Fest is, when the big E3 stuff usually happens. You know, that's usually E3 season, even though E3's not around anymore. Big games are going to get announced around that time, and what better time to release a new system than then, when all the big games are getting announced, and most likely going to be announced for this new system. There is no doubt in my mind that the Switch 2 is going to sell like hotcakes on day one. The trailer alone already has millions of views, but that begs the question, you know, we've seen over the years since 2017, Nintendo has done nothing but integrate more and more on their current system, which is the Switch, and even with their next gen, they're really not altering it much, it's just the Switch 2. So that begs the question, is Nintendo done making consoles? And my answer to that is both yes and no. Nintendo will never be done making hardware. That much we know for sure. But in terms of like making brand new consoles, I think this is where Nintendo's going to stay. They're going to stay in the arena where they can merge both their handheld gaming market and home console market. Because I will say, one of the biggest advantages that the Nintendo Switch has over the PlayStation, over the Xbox still, is that you can at any point approach the TV, pick it up out of the dock, and you can play your games wherever you want. You can't do that with a PS5. You can't do that with an Xbox Series S. So since Nintendo has this strong advantage, why would they deviate from it? So yes, I think Nintendo will continue to make new hardware, but in terms of brand new consoles, I think the Switch iteration is where we're going to be for a long time. I think Nintendo has now entered basically what I would call their Apple phase, where we have Switch 3, Switch 4. I don't think they're going to call it that, but I think that's basically what they're going to be doing. They're going to take this model of being able to take a game with you wherever you want. They're going to continue to iterate on that and build on that for years to come. Now, mind you, I don't think we're going to, every time we turn around, see that a brand new Nintendo system is going to launch like Apple. Feels like every time we turn around, a brand new iPhone is getting released. I don't think Nintendo is going to treat the Switch like that. We've already seen that with how they're approaching Switch 2. It's been 8 years since the Switch. That is insane. And only after 8 years is Nintendo going to give us a brand new next-gen version of that system. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the same amount of lifespan out of this, or even try to make it go even longer than 8 years. And I'll be honest, I would not mind if Nintendo stayed here for as long as humanly possible, because I really like the whole idea of being able to take some of the biggest Nintendo games ever made, Zelda, Mario, Metroid, being able to take that with you wherever you want. Just like getting on a plane and just pulling out Metroid Prime 4 or Tears of the Kingdom or what have you, being able to do that, I love that idea. And that, again, I believe is what sold the Switch.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I really do believe that, yes, while the games are great and games need to be great, being able to take those games with you wherever you want, that is what sold the system. And it's very obvious that games are important. If you want a system to sell well, you need to have really fun games. And there is no game that is more fun than Mario. And I do believe that with this system, yes, we're getting a new Mario Kart, but I think that this system is going to launch with a brand new 3D Mario. And that is why the next thing I really want to talk about is Mario's 40th anniversary. With the Switch 2 releasing, a brand new 3D Mario is a must. It's been almost 8 years since Super Mario Odyssey, which is crazy. I really don't count Bowser's Fury, as fun as that is. I don't count it because it's not a full 3D Mario adventure. It's more like a small little mini adventure. However, I do believe that Bowser's Fury is basically the foundation of where the next big 3D Mario is going to be. I truly do believe the next big 3D Mario is going to be this big, expansive, open world that you can go wherever you want, and it's going to be amazing. And I do believe that'll be one of the biggest announcements in the Switch 2 Direct, 100%. Another thing I expect from Mario's 40th anniversary is we are going to get the first teaser trailer for the sequel to the Mario movie, which comes out next year, April of next year. It feels like yesterday we got the trailer and release of the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, and here we are, we're getting closer and closer to the sequel. We're about a year away from the sequel. So I would imagine that before the year's over, we're definitely going to get a trailer for that. But while we're on the subject of Mario's 40th anniversary, Nintendo, can I just get this off my chest for a second? Nintendo, bring back Super Mario 35 and rebrand it as Super Mario 40, please. And not only do you need to bring it back, but please keep it. 3D All-Stars was great, and I still have it, and I still play it. And while I really don't understand why you took that off the shelves, I really don't understand why you completely removed Super Mario 35.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was pretty stupid.
I sunk in so many hours into Super Mario 35, and when Nintendo took it off the shelf and just made it completely unplayable, that was horrible. I really hate that. So Nintendo, please bring back Super Mario 35, rebrand it as Super Mario 40, and we will be great. But that's all I really expect from Mario's 40th anniversary. Possibly bringing back Super Mario 35 as Super Mario 40, a brand new Mario movie trailer, and the next big 3D Mario, just to kind of celebrate just the amazement and legacy of how crazy of an impact this character has had for the entirety of the gaming industry. Also, during this time, they could definitely bring back Super Mario 3D All-Stars and maybe keep it on the shelf, because I really don't understand why in the world they took it off the shelf. It just makes no sense. Like, here you go, here's 3 of the best Mario games ever made. Oh, by the way, it's only gonna be on the shelf for just a limited time, and after this date, you can't even play it anymore. It's ridiculous. Almost as dumb as not including Galaxy 2 in 3D All-Stars, am I right? But while Metroid's gonna be great, while Mario Kart 9 is gonna be great, while the next 3D Mario is gonna be great, there is one series that is going to definitely come back into the conversation for Switch 2, and that is Super Smash Bros. And I can't think of a better way to end this newscast than with a bit of a gaming hot take. So for those who don't know, I got introduced into Super Smash Bros. With Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and for Wii U. Those are my 2 Smash games that got me into the series. I've never played Melee, I've never played Smash 64, I've never played Smash Brawl. All I've played is Smash for 3DS, Smash for Wii U, and Smash Ultimate. That's all I've played.
You serious?
And while I love the gameplay and the fact that it brings all these beloved series together and it's just amazing, I think that Smash is in need of a huge reboot and just redesign altogether. Now, before the Smash community comes and burns me alive,
When I say we kill the beast!
I actually didn't start coming up with this idea until my sister, shout outs to her. She wanted me to play a couple rounds of Pokemon Tournament with her. And I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan either, so I was like, but, just me being the great big brother that I am, I was just like, you know what, fine, I'll play some rounds of Pokemon with you. So we played a couple rounds, and I got to thinking, just with the design of like the big 3D arenas and the space of being able to fight, if this was applied to Smash Brothers, it would be so cool. Being able to, move in a big 360-degree arena with, who knows, maybe a crowd cheering you on, something kind of similar to maybe the big arena that we see in the Mario movie. Like, that would be so cool. It would also allow the developers to be able to come up with more attack combos for the characters, more final smashes, big special attacks. There's no telling what they could do with this. And again, like I said, it's not that I dislike the big, just kind of side-scrolling gameplay of Super Smash Bros. I think it's fine, but the fact that it's been that way since the N64, I think it needs to change. And also with the fact that Smash Ultimate is the biggest Smash experience ever created, you really can't go anywhere after Ultimate. How do you shift that gameplay? How do you shift that world? How do you shift being able to fight so many characters from so many different franchises and putting them all in one match? How do you shift all that and change it up? Well, instead of making it a big side-scroller experience, put them all in this big 360-degree arena and design the stages around that way, it would just make the game feel bigger in scope and scale. And like I said earlier, if they do this, it would give the developers more to work with, more to develop, more creativity to come up with more combos, way more to do with these characters. I think it would be so cool if Smash Brothers just got a fresh coat of paint, a complete new redesign, a complete new reboot, especially after Ultimate did amazing. Because truly, where do you go after Ultimate? But guys, thank you so much for joining me for this newscast. You guys are amazing. If you were here during the premiere, thank you so much. I can't believe that we have crossed 1,200 subscribers. I thank you all so much. The support does not go unnoticed. It means so much to me that you guys would invest your time in watching the content that I put out. It just blows my mind, just the community that we formed. Thank you so much to all my channel members as well. Your support really does mean the world. I cannot thank you all enough. If you enjoyed the newscast today, be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Again, the support truly does mean the world. I would love to get to 1,300 subscribers very soon. Until the next video or next live stream, take care, everyone.